Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. If you haven't watched my previous video on iilluminaughtii and all that she's done, you do not need to watch the rest of this. You need to go watch that first. I will put it up in the cards here. Just click it, watch it, and then press the back button, and it should take you right back to this video. All right, if you have watched that video, there's some updates that I want to say are shocking, but I'm not quite sure the feeling that I have about them. At first, there was a moment when I was shocked, and then after the shock settled, I was like, oh, well, yeah, okay, that makes sense. As I share the updates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts below. So many of you had so many great points, extra things to add, and things that I missed in the last video. You left those in comments, and I greatly appreciate that. And I'd love for you to do that here, and your opinion, obviously, as well. So, let's get started.
It's the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head.
iilluminaughtii has put out an update, and I don't know how to feel about it. I have a lot of mixed feelings, but overall, I am kind of not shocked, especially with what people have previously shown us that she's done. In my last video about iilluminaughtii, there was a lot of facts that came about, a lot of things that people had proven about her being controlling and manipulative and so on and so forth, just lots of things. And her tweets, she has 5 tweets that are connected, and she doubles down, which checks out, I guess. Ultimately was a shock, but does check out. I think sometimes when people are so hyper obsessed with themselves, when they have like main character syndrome, when they're manipulative, in my opinion, it's not surprising that they double down. It's not surprising that now everything that everyone else has said is false allegations. That's what she refers to them as. I actually believe these tweets potentially hurt her more than just not saying anything, and I know you might disagree with me, but I believe that they do. However, they are intriguing. So let's read them, and then we'll go tweet by tweet and talk about them. She starts by saying, "Hey everyone, I'm fully aware of the recent false allegations that have surfaced. I want to take a moment to publicly state that I am taking these allegations seriously and am committed to rectifying the situation promptly and appropriately. I understand the concerns and potential impact that these false allegations have caused. My team and I are actively working behind the scenes to gather all relevant facts. I am committed to transparency and accountability throughout this process. Rest assured that I am taking decisive action to address the situation. I will provide updates and communicate any necessary actions as soon as possible. Thank you to those who are standing by me during this challenging time. I will not allow these false allegations to be weaponized as a way to silence my voice. I appreciate your patience and understanding during this challenging time. I am dedicated to upholding my channel's values and delivering our commitments. I'm confident that the truth will prevail. Sincerely, Blair." Okay. Some of you might be feeling weird. Some of you might be very angry. Some of you might be a little interested and intrigued. And some of you might feel all of that all at once. It's wild because, in my opinion, because this is all my opinion, what she did was maliciously hurt people. So let's go through each tweet and talk about it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Her first one says, "Hey everyone, I am fully aware of these recent false allegations that have surfaced. I want to take a moment to publicly state that I am taking these allegations seriously and am committed to rectifying the situation promptly and appropriately." The doubling down, like I said, not super surprised, but a little taken back. "I am fully aware of the recent false allegations that have surfaced," she says. But what's so interesting to me about that is you can call it false allegations, but the fact is they were proven true. They all brought with them actual receipts and contextualized situations that she didn't. She maliciously, in my opinion, left out context to things that would make her point in her video obsolete. There's just no reason to have it. She continues, "I want to take a moment to publicly state that I am taking these allegations seriously and am committed to rectifying the situation promptly and appropriately." I'm sure that she is. I mean, she has lost over 170,000 subscribers in the past month, which is huge. That's really big. And I'm sure that she's trying to get as many back as she can. That makes sense to me. I don't know if she will. And honestly, frankly, I don't think she will. The next one says, I understand the concerns and potential impact that these false allegations have caused. The issue is it's not potential impact. Potential means it hasn't happened yet, but it's there, it could. It's an impact. It has absolutely, completely impacted her channel. And there's just not much you can do when the facts show that you lied, when the facts show that you did it out of malicious intent. And again, that's my opinion, but I truly believe that was her goal with it. My team and I are actively working behind the scenes to gather all relevant facts, and I'm committed to transparency and accountability through this process. These two sentences in particular, out of all of them, are two that stick out to me the most. Let's talk about it. Let me explain why. My team and I are actively working behind the scenes to gather all relevant facts. My question for Blair is, why didn't you give us relevant facts in your first video? Why did you put up Wonder's suicide note? Why did you leave out extremely important context that would actually explain the situation? She left out so many relevant facts in her first video. I don't understand that point of her saying behind the scenes to gather all relevant facts when she didn't give it to us from the beginning. So my guess is she doesn't really have relevant facts that are going to prove other people wrong. I feel like the only thing she can do at this point is to try to take different pieces, gather different pieces, and manipulate them again as best as she can, put her full manipulation effort into it, and then share it with us, hoping we'll believe her this time. But I'm sorry, you can't do that to me. You can't manipulate something enough to where I believe you. Part of my job is to see between the lines and to see that. And so I understand that many of you are the same way. And then the other sentence, I'm committed to transparency and accountability throughout this process. If I remember clearly from her original video, she wasn't transparent. Like I said, she wouldn't contextualize anything. She would maliciously leave things out on purpose to make people look a certain way. And she took no accountability. Even with the Oz situation, Oz said in Wonder's video, and I'll put it right here, this is what he says.
Of Blair's video, she has what appears to be a heartfelt cry regarding your friendship. This section is roughly 3 minutes. She goes into detail about you, Casper, better times, and involves hobbies, etc. Would you like to share your thoughts on what you felt or thought when you first saw this?
There's not really a nice way that I can actually say this. I've watched her build those tears up on multiple occasions, whether it's she forgot she had a prior engagement, so she built up tears and said, I have to take Casper to the vet and I'm very scared so I won't be able to make it, or for talking to other content creators that she's had issues with of welling up those tears for apologies, for talking with employees, for talking with me or her roommates. It's something that I have watched her do on numerous occasions. If they were genuine, I mean, there's that, but I have a really hard time believing it with how many times I've actually seen her build those tears up. And considering when I did post my thread on Twitter and I did make the comments that I made, the tone that she had in messages was night and day. What I'm trying to say is that the tone that she had in the end of her video was not the tone that she had with me behind the scenes. The tone that she had with me behind the scenes was very much accusing. A few vague threats were thrown in there, which I don't want to go into details on because I just, for me personally, with how I see all of this, I don't want to make a response video. This might hopefully be where my response is within the confines of your response, just because I would like to keep this. I don't want to drag out Blair and I's personal life is the best way of putting it. I would rather try to keep that as private as I possibly can, because there's a lot of things I don't think is necessary to talk about.
Oz tells us in this that in moments where she did have to apologize for something, she manipulates a situation and potentially just makes the person she has to apologize to feel worse with the fact that she has to apologize. I think Oz said it best, and I with that last one about transparency and accountability, I don't know. I just don't think that's going to happen. We even see that in her video at the end. She is in tears about Oz. She says, she's just going on about the good times and the things that happen and that she loves them and that she's that she's upset that this actually happened. But then Oz tells us behind the scenes that she's said veiled threats to him, that things were not like that behind the scenes, that she was a different person behind the scenes. And I think that's probably what we're seeing in these tweets as well. She continues, rest assured that I am taking decisive action to address the situation. I will provide updates and communicate any necessary actions as soon as possible. I am intrigued to see those updates. I guess we'll see what she comes up with. She continues, thank you to those who are standing by me during this challenging time. I will not allow these false allegations to be weaponized as a way to silence my voice. I will say that I am not surprised that there are just a few, but that there are some people standing by her because in my opinion, she is an excellent manipulator. And when you're an excellent manipulator with a big following and people look up to you, the parasocial thing can get tricky. You start to see these people as a higher being than a regular human, someone who you look up to, who you see as someone who can do no wrong. In reality, everyone makes mistakes, and some people do malicious things, even those that you see to be as perfect. The last thing she says is, I appreciate your patience and understanding during this challenging time. I'm dedicated to upholding my channel's values and delivering on our commitments. I'm confident that the truth will prevail. Sincerely, Blair. I'm confident that the truth has prevailed. I don't see it being any other way. I do have a feeling, though, that she will try to come up with some kind of scenario, some kind of context to these different things that they've talked about and manipulate the situation to try to make us believe her. That's my opinion, and I'm going to see if that happens in her update video, in her video where she's going to be transparent, give us relevant facts, and take accountability. It would have been nice if that was done in the first video, but it wasn't, and she's doubled down since then. So we'll see what happens. I personally don't think it'll be good for her, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts below. Hit the subscribe button and the like button and the bell button if you want to get notified when I post so that you can see the update video that I will make when she does come out with her video. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.